Beautiful. Is this a good time to speak with your higher self?
Yeah, this is a good time.
Beautiful. Am I speaking to Carlos's higher self now?
Yes.
Beautiful. I love, honor, and respect you. Thank you so much for speaking today. I'd like to ask you a few questions, higher self. Are you able to answer some questions for Carlos?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Carlos wanted to know about his ET experience that he had as an abduction. And in the first scene, you took Carlos to a scene where he was seeing a space, and he got to speak with the gray. Can you tell me anything about that scene and why it is that you took Carlos there?
That is a portal that he came through to when he incarnated on Earth. When he came.
Beautiful. And where did he come from?
Orion.
Beautiful. And what race is he in Orion? I know he would like to know what race he is.
There are many different aspects to him. So
where did he come from in Orion? Was he one of these grays?
No.
Was he from Andromeda? I mean, he said he was from Orion. So is there a particular race on Orion?
Oh, for this, it's hard to put in words. For this incarnation, since he has had many different incarnations and as many different ET races.
Can you give him perhaps the last three or the last few?
There's an element of the Arcturians that has the strongest aspect for helping here during this time for some reason.
Okay. What else does he have?
Aspects of benevolent reptilian. Pleiadian incarnation.
Okay.
Those are the three.
Beautiful. And as far as the reptilian aspect goes, the benevolent reptilian, does he have other reptilian benevolent family members that he is connected to or working with at this time?
Could you repeat that?
The reptilian aspect of him, the benevolent aspect, does he have any other like reptilian family perhaps from that aspect? Is there a reptilian connection that he has? I know he said he felt connected to a reptilian. He had a connection, a friendly connection with one.
That he has a connection to Egypt,
Okay.
and there were some elements of reptilian influence that was needed for this incarnation.
Okay, beautiful. Yes, he said that he had seen some hieroglyphics that he was being showed through a black hole in another hypnosis session he had.
Yeah, the reptilians were showing an influence on him when he
Mm-hmm. Are they all benevolent that he's working with, the reptilians?
the ones that he has been influenced or seen, yes.
Okay, beautiful. Is there anything else you need to that he needs to know about this ET experience? He says that it's left him with some kind of trauma, and he wants to know what the bigger picture is. He wants to be able to heal from this situation. What can you tell him?
He needs to wait. It's coming out slowly, like it's supposed to. He needs to do some traditional talk therapy, and some of the larger elements will be shown at a future time. It's just not the right time at this point.
Uh-huh. What can you tell him that he can do for his next step on his journey? Can you give him some pointers or some clues on what?
He needs to clear his mind. He needs to meditate more. He needs to disconnect from distraction, ground more in nature. He had started to do that. He needs to do it again more.
Okay.
He needs to drink more water.
Drink more water. And he should pray over his water, send love to his water.
Yeah. Infuse it with energy. The water there is bad water.
Okay. Do the filter systems at home, do those things help? Or should he stick with spring water?
The purified water is actually the better water for him.
Purified water? Purified bottled water?
Purified water that he buys that has the least amount of impurities in it.
Beautiful. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. So another question I wanted to ask for him was, can you explain what was going on in Andromeda when he was there? Perhaps. He said he felt like he was taken there, but also observing. Was this just part of work? Uh-huh.
The part of his information that will be coming as he goes through healing will be the Andromeda will play a part in the healing that will be coming in the future. That was part of his experience.
Beautiful. Do me and Carlos have any connections together on Andromeda? Have we worked together before?
You and him have worked together in Egypt in some way. I'm seeing. You share an Egyptian connection.
Really? That's interesting. Can we take him to his Egypt? Can we give him some information about his Egypt life, his Egyptian life? Anything to help him? Is there anything he needs to know about that life there? Was he perhaps a priest? Did he do anything significant?
There's something that is going to come out for that. We haven't shown him many past lives. At this point.
Is there a reason for that? Because I noticed I was trying to get him to go into one and we kind of just got stopped.
Because the current work is too important and he would just get sidetracked and become obsessed with it.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Do we need to do a body scan at this time? Can we do a body scan at this time?
Yeah, he underwent clearing recently. And the body looks good, just he's not drinking enough water.
Okay.
And he needs to, he used to take beet supplements, which were good for him that he stopped taking. He needs to take that again. The super blues and reds, that was really doing him well, and he had stopped purchasing those supplements. He needs to get those again.
Okay.
A little bit less dairy for him.
Okay.
And as far as like too much cheese.
Less cheese?
Less cheese for him.
It seems to be humans' kryptonite.
Yeah. They love their cheese.
We love cheese. Oh.
So it's okay for some.
Beautiful. Is he, is there anything else you'd like to tell him? I know he didn't have a whole lot of questions. He was really concerned about this ET experience for him.
The biggest thing he needed was the message about the earth.
That seemed like it was difficult for him to hear.
The energy going through the body was tremendous at that point.
Yes, I could only imagine what he was feeling at that moment. Did I do a good job in keeping him calm? I didn't hurt him, did I?
You did a great job. You gave him what he needed for this session.
Beautiful. Will we be doing another session in the future?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to say that I didn't ask, perhaps?
No, this is a good point because the body, he needs to go to the bathroom soon.
Okay, so it's a good place to stop.
Yes.
Okay, well, I want to say I am so thankful and grateful for you. Um, is there any last messages you need to tell me before I wrap up?
Peace be unto you and to all of you who are helping.
And peace and love to you as well. I love, honor, and respect you. And may the universe always accompany you and shine upon you. Thank you. Fully awake. Welcome back, brother.
Wow. That was
Congratulations, you did
different.
fantastic.
That was and it's kind of foggy. I'm gonna have to listen to it, but do you remember what you were asking me? Um,
At the beginning?
there was something that you asked me when I connected with that ET and I spoke with it, and the energy was just like surging through me, and was having a hard time. It was such a emotional, urgent message. It was directly connected with my ET experience with them. It was very emotional.
Yes, the ET, his name.
What did you ask me?
I asked you what was the message. What was the message to connect with him and see what the message was? What did he have to say to you?
Okay. Yeah. During that whole part of the session with you, it was this energy just completely overtook me.
Uh-huh.
And it was it was
It was emotional. It was tough to hear. So basically the way I took it was you were right then and there and you were feeling and seeing, and you, as
yeah,
an
I
human
was
being, you just, it took it in and it was like, oh my God.
yeah, it was directly that energy, and um the message. It wasn't
But I
I
wanted,
just felt, parts of it were very foggy. I wasn't seeing a lot. I was getting fragments of things. Maybe, you know, um,
that's how it comes. That's it, and they're different, right? Either you're completely in it or you get bits and pieces.
you know what it felt like? That message was the most important part of the entire thing, because it was, I wish I could describe what the energy felt like.
Your body was vibrating. I saw your chest. You were,
Yeah.
I had to hurry up and like just ease you and
Yeah.
calm you down. How did you
Yeah.
feel that? How was that?
I'm glad that you kept speaking and connecting with me,
Uh-huh.
because you needed to get me through it, and you did. I don't know what you could see because it was dark in here, but it was like surging through me.
Yes.
And
You were vibrating. You were like, it was.
yeah, I'm thinking back on the urgency of the message. Like I was just getting ready to like burst out in tears that during that. And
some people let people express that and do that, but I feel like if we can observe it, then observe it. You don't, unless you need to. I think that's why you have to go to the bathroom, because it was like, it's got to come out another way. But I was just like, I wanted to reassure you in the moment, like, yes, we understand, like, the earth is ascending, like there's going to be a change, right? We all know this. So I just wanted to reassure you, like, we know it's not like it was hard message, right? It was like, the message was, the earth is running out of time. I think it was the time is running out.
But you know what? But now I think about it in the intellectual abstract, that could mean a lot of different things. But
right.
It was still urgent. Like, there was a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
Is what was happening. And I felt that, and it was so, boy, I'm gonna get emotional again.
It was hard to take, right? It was like,
no, it wasn't. It was their energy, not my energy.
Oh, okay.
And
like the way they felt,
yeah. And the way that my human body processed it, and it was just hard to get it out, because the message was, oh man,
it's powerful.
I don't know if you remember Gary's session, like the New Earth. That's what it felt like all over again. Remember those New Earth sessions with, I'm like, is this like New Earth stuff again, like coming back again? I don't know.
I did ask if it was the New Earth.
Well, they did show me like these flowers sprouting, like these, like that was something that I was shown. There's something, I don't know how far in the future it is, but there's issues like with sustainability, but then they showed me three, look like three Earths. So I don't know what that meant. What's that?
Well, I had asked you, how many Earths do you work with? Like, how many do you see? And you said 3 different ones.
Yeah, they showed 3, like,
interesting.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I would have done better if I had been better rested.
No, you did great. Actually, your higher self said, we accomplished just what you needed to accomplish for this time. That you cannot get ahead of yourself. I was like, they always got something to say. But it was funny, like, there were some messages for you. You have to go back to your beet supplements. You have to go back to the super blues and reds. You need to drink more water, purified water. You need to clear your mind. You need to do some traditional talk therapy. Little less dairy, little less cheese. So that was the end of that. And you had some messages at the end from your higher self. You have aspects of Octurian is the strongest one that's coming out now while you're helping in the mission. You have aspects of benevolent reptilian, which is the benevolent reptilian that you saw, which was so you're working with them and the Pleiadians, and you had a reptilian influence in Egypt, which is interesting because I had a past life in Egypt. So I asked, do me and you have a connection? Because
Yeah, we have some kind of connection there.
Yeah, they said, you said that, or your higher self said that we worked together. We had something that we worked together in Egypt. And which is really interesting because that's what got me started on this journey. But where did I write that? That Andromeda is going to be playing a big part of the next stages of your awakening process. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away because I do want you to watch all of it. But yeah, your higher self basically said, we're just gonna do this, that you look good, you don't have anything, your soul looks good, you don't have anything needs to be worked on, you just got to drink more water, pray, send love to your water. So you're doing good, you're on your journey. You came from Orion. The portal that you saw at the beginning was you coming here, was before you came here.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was like, imagine a kind of a foggy, misty scene out like in outer space, but then there's like this perfectly round hole that inside the hole, everything is clear. You know what I mean? Does it make sense? Like,
yeah, like a
this
bubble.
part, yeah, like a hole. It's clear in that hole, and there's something around that hole that I go through, I guess.
Yeah.
Because that's like second time I've seen this kind of like, there's some kind of hole. It wasn't a black hole.
Right.
But it was some kind of entry exit point.
Yeah. Well, at the beginning, you had seen that hole, and I was like, well, I don't know if I didn't really want to take you into it. So I was like, all right, well, let's just attempt. And you went into it, and you kind of shut down for a second. So I was like, okay, let's get back out of there. And I brought you back out. And then
I had some difficulty moving around.
Yeah.
Like I saw now some things are coming back to me. Like I saw like some little grays like moving around, like they were looking at me. And then I was on a big ship where I saw some beings in uniform. And the ship was huge. But I couldn't move around in there.
No? Interesting.
No. It's more like snapshots.
Oh,
It's more like little snapshots. Nothing that was really like sustained in my mind, you know?
Yeah. Interesting. Well, your higher self did say, we haven't really shown him too many of his past lives. I'm like, yeah, no shit. I was trying to get him to go somewhere, and it was just like, Bleh.
Yeah, that's why I mean, I know that they exist, but they're not showing them to me.
It's because we're on these little stages, right? So you have to get through one before you can get to the other. So it's gonna happen.
Right.
It's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen. For me, I saw my past lives. I'm wondering if only because I had went to some psychics before, and I had had some kinesiology done that actually told me about past lives. So I was already kind of thinking and aware of possibilities. So when I did my session, I got to see a couple of those lives, and it was just glimpses, just tiny glimpses. And I was like, oh, interesting. So, yeah, but I did ask if we will be working together in the future, doing more. And your higher self said, yes, absolutely. So good news.
Well,
so
that's why everyone's connecting, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much. I really, 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 really appreciate it, because, man, when that message came through, it was something else.
Yeah. I wanted you to have a good session. I wanted you to experience, but like on a different level. I wanted you to have the most of it and the least amount of trauma.
Yeah,
So.
there was nothing, thankfully. I didn't touch on any um, uh, traumatic aspects of it. And it
Right.
was more on the positive. And man, I really felt it when I connected to that being. And it was like during that whole, well, however long that lasted,
Uh-huh.
when I was trying to get the message out,
Yeah.
it was just nothing but like pure energy.
Wow.
It was a totally different feeling during that. And then the rest of the session, I didn't feel it. It was just at that point, and I was like directly connected with them.
Well, he said his name was Granilla, like granola, but Granilla.
I think it was an R, Ranilla. I mean, I couldn't.
Granilia? Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Ranilia. You
Granilia.
know how those like, I probably couldn't interpret it correctly,
Right.
but it was Ranilia, something like that with an
From the
R.
sixth dimension, you said. Sixth dimension.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And it came from beyond Andromeda and you're helping them. So
Yeah, I think I mean, every time I get a little bit more of a little piece here, a little piece there. So,
you will.
but
And
I
keep
think,
watching videos because you'll get more. It'll keep,
yeah,
yeah.
I'm gonna have to sit with the biggest energetic part of it and wonder how I can help more, I guess,